Hey, this is U.S. Olympic gold medalist Tara Davis Woodhull.
And I'm U.S. Paralympic gold medalist Hunter Woodhull.
As athletes, our lives are about having a clear path.
And a team that you can absolutely trust.
So when it came to getting the best mortgage,
we chose PennyMac.
PennyMac is proud to be the official mortgage provider of Team USA and you.
Learn more at pennymac.com. PennyMac Loan Services, LLC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 35953. Licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. Conditions and restrictions may apply.
Magnesium supplements? You've mastered that. Now take it to the next level. Upgrade to Solar Ray Magnesium Glycinate from the #1 magnesium brand in health food stores. With a 50-year legacy of quality and trust, Solar Ray triple tests every raw ingredient for identity, purity, and potency. The result? Expertly chelated magnesium for powerful muscle, bone, and relaxation support that fits your daily stack. Shop Solar Ray Magnesium Glycinate on Amazon or SolarRay.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Busted appliance? This is your sign to upgrade. Shop at Lowe's to get up to 35% off and next day delivery on hundreds of major appliances. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. Available Monday through Saturday. Subject to availability. Fees, exclusions, and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/appliance delivery for more details.
Visit your nearby Lowe's on East 17th Avenue in Hutchinson.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
Reminiscence a mission this day and age. Kelly and Thelma, and we're turning the page. We're talking family matters. It's about those times. Telling what happened, reading between the lines. Come on by with Kelly and me. Welcome to the family. Take us out, Kelly. Woo!
Welcome to the family, y'all.
That's right.
I'm Thelma.
And I'm Kelly.
And in the 90s, we both starred in a little sitcom called Family Matters.
For today, we rewatched Season 1, Episode 12, Laura's First Date.
Enter Steve Urkel. But before we talk about the episode, what's up with you, girl?
What's up with me is that a family friend we've known forever got divorced after 30 plus years of marriage, and it's shaken my faith in the institution. I was like, if they can't make it, it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
After 30 years, y'all can't work it out. These people are completely mature and like so evolved and really great, but they couldn't keep it together. It really threw me off.
Really?
Yes.
Now, did it throw you off more than when your parents went through it?
No, because my parents didn't get along. They crazy.
They were crazy now, I know.
We was all relieved, thank God.
Because, me and Mama had hung out, so.
Right.
Yeah, they was crazy.
What's up with you?
Girl, I'm still tripping on Waymo. You seen The Matrix, right?
Yes.
You seen Terminator. You know how everything is just like all in future?
Mm-hmm.
I had to think about the Waymo, and now there are way more Waymos than there were the last time we talked. I even saw a lavender flower-covered Waymo van, 10-seater. Had a driver, but he didn't look like he was driving. I was really upset. Then I went to the vet, not because I'm a dog, but because I had to pick up some medicine for my dog.
Right.
And I'm on Melrose. And I look next to me, and there's one of those food robots that take food to people now.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether to speak or try to rob him. So there's that.
Right.
We've got AI. They're doing music, writing scripts.
Yeah.
I think we're in the midst of the Matrix, girl.
Yeah.
The machine's going to take over, I'm telling you.
They've already
It's
taken
scary.
over. But I refuse. Like, I don't go into those self-checkout lines. I don't do it. I'm still using a typewriter at this point.
Oh, Lord. Well, I ain't going back that far because we'd be here all year trying to get one script out.
Yeah.
It is. Everything is a little too advanced. But, but I'm old, so, I go there. Now, this I found, Kelly, did this throw you off? It was so weird watching the show because we've had all the shows with the cold open. There have been like 6 or 7 that they've put Steve into. So I was actually thrown off watching the show, wondering why everybody was acting like they didn't know him.
Right.
We didn't know him at that point. It really threw me off for a minute. And I kept saying, why is Carl calling Mr. Urkel?
Right.
But I love the episode.
Yeah.
This episode was written by William Bickley and Michael Warren, which was pretty rare. This may be the first episode credit specifically to them.
And that's so weird because they were the creators.
They were the creators. And, Urkel was it Mike or Bill's next door neighbor? Michael's neighbor? Yeah. I mean, that's where the character came from.
Right.
This was directed by our buddy, Rich Carell. It aired on December 15th, 1989. Now, you know what I'm going to ask you.
Right.
What was on the radio that week, Kelly?
Well, the number 1 song on the R&B charts was Ain't Nothing in the World by Mickey Howard.
Oh, Mickey.
And the number 1 album on the Billboard R&B charts was Tender Lover by Babyface.
Babyface took the year.
Honey, he ruled everything.
Now, another album in the top 10 on the album chart was Don't Be Cruel by Bobby Brown. So the producers had to pay a pretty penny to use every little step in this episode. I was so shocked. I was like, what?
Right.
At the burger shop?
I wonder, did Aunt Rachel, it looked very similar to Rachel's place. Did you actually buy
that is Rachel's place. No, remember it burned down. Well, I shouldn't say that because we haven't seen that episode yet.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that is Rachel's place in the future.
Did Rachel buy this business? Because, I mean, it was the same exact layout and everything.
Yeah. The family.
Right.
Well, we'll get into that. We don't want to give away too much. Way ahead of next season, girl.
Right.
But anyway, let's start at the beginning of the episode.
Okay.
We open, and Rachel is using... Poor Rachel. Rachel is using Eddie as a dress form while she alters it for Harriet.
Right. Well, I mean, it could because his waist was like a 17-inch. His waist was so small.
Did you see that? I mean, he actually looked like he had a figure. And of course, because he is so nervous about anybody seeing him while she's pinning him into this dress.
Right.
So you know what's going to happen. What happens?
Everybody walk in.
Yeah, everybody walk in.
Carl goes, Edward, son, I think it's time we had a little talk.
Now, what do you think Carl meant by that? I mean, what was he talking about? His stump. Right. We're simply serving the joke.
Right. Do you think they would have been able to get away with that now?
No.
Because it indicated that he was worried that he may be gay or trans.
No, because I don't think he thought Eddie was gay because Lord knows as hungry as he was for women. No, I think this is just setting up the joke, and that was the joke.
Right.
Not the greatest joke we ever had, but it was a joke. But that body, I was like, boy, what's really going on?
Right.
Now, there was one funny part about when you think about the fact that he had on a dress that I'm trying to fix for Harriet. What was he, like 6 feet at that point, 160 pounds?
Right.
And Harriet's like 5'4", and we won't even talk about the weight.
You better not.
But, girl, she'd be flying in to cut my throat. We will not have that going on.
Right.
But it's kind of ridiculous to think that we had him in the opening trying on. Why not you? Why not,
We do anything for a joke on that show.
Anything. We have no shame.
Right.
That should have been the byline. Family matters. They have no shame.
Right. So in this episode, Laura really wants to go to the dance, but what that really means is she wants to go on a date.
Yeah, and Harriet ain't having that.
No.
You got to be 15.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Rachel's no help. This girl started dating out of the crib, apparently.
Right.
I mean, 10 or 11.
Yeah.
I was even shocked when I heard it. I was like, they didn't even go for like 12 or 13.
But Laura points out that Eddie's been on dates since he was 13 years old, but apparently...
As Joe Marie said, that's what's wrong with him. He's never been the same since that first date. Oh, baby, it takes so little to just throw him completely out of the loop.
It totally reminds me. What's that saying? That was it? As soon as they start sniffing up them skirts, boy, them boys ain't never the same. That's what old folks used to say.
Where'd you hear that? I haven't even heard that one. Snitch.
Really? Once a boy get a taste of something, they
Careful,
they
now,
no
careful.
good.
This is a family show.
Now you see me stuttering because I can't say how. Can you say it like you mean it? No.
Can you say it like you said? No, don't say that.
Don't
either.
say that either.
I love the part about you in the room with Joe Marie trying to get you to go clean up your room, and your rationale. It's your room.
Yeah.
Why can't you have it the way you want it?
Right.
Why do y'all think like that? You know you're renting.
Yeah.
I mean, you're borrowing, really.
Right.
And she lets you know that it's not your room. It's their room that they're letting you use.
That part.
Mhm.
I'm surprised she was even so diplomatic with it because, honey, as soon as you fix your mouth to say anything like that about your temporary space, baby, they be ready to cut up.
Girl, cut up and cut
But
you too.
she went there with it.
She went there. Well, you know she was. She's all in this episode getting folks straight. You know, that's our Joe Marie. She gonna ground you whether you want to be on the ground or not.
Yeah.
Now, do you have to deal with that in your household, in your fabulous house? I know your kids are just angels. Everything is everywhere it should be, right? Kelly? Kelly.
Is this a commentary on my parenting?
No, girl, because I got stories.
Okay, then
I
no.
got stories. I think I'm a good parent, but
Right.
child,
Yeah.
when it comes to those rooms,
Right.
Lord have the mercy.
I'm so nervous because Hannah's getting to the age. I'm like looking at her like, you're about to be
And
of the
she's
age of when you're going. She's 15.
Has she been on a date yet?
Oh, no.
Has Hannibal got the rifle by the door? Anybody that shows up gonna have to talk to the rifle.
Yeah. But, honey, she keep that room so terrible. I'm like, listen, baby, you about to go to college. I don't know if I've done a good job because you definitely can't go nowhere else living like this.
It's them. It's not us. It's them. I'm just gonna tell you like it's them.
Okay. Harriet,
Mm-hmm.
she ain't really having it. The rule is you have to be 15 to go on dates.
Mm-hmm.
She's not exactly 15 yet. So Harriet's like, no way. Your girl comes up with a foolproof plan to lay on the daddy charm.
Girl, and did you lay it on thick enough? I almost went into a diabetic coma.
Baby, it was on so thick that it was bad acting.
But it had the right result because, you know, you can sucker him just got daddy wrapped.
Right. I think I laid it on a little too thick, though.
You may have laid it on a little thick, but Harry didn't care.
No.
Harry didn't care what you said because she was going to say what she had to say. I.e., when you were trying to convince her about who was it that married at 14 or
Right.
some tribe is that what you were talking about?
Uh-huh.
And she said, and they die at 30. You want to die young? Go to the dance. That's a black parent for you right there. Yeah.
Baby.
Try me.
Right.
Just try me.
And I was like, oh my goodness. It was so amazing to me how like the rapport we developed with you guys. It felt so natural.
No, it was natural.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that really made the show so enjoyable is that we were acting out what they had written,
Yeah.
but we weren't acting out our rapport, our relationships, because, I mean, some things just work.
Mhm.
You know, sometimes something just comes together and it's just like that was meant to be. The rapport that you had with Joe and with Reggie, the rapport that we had, the rapport that the kids had. I mean, it was just so solid.
Right.
So solid. And I think it just made the actual words easy.
Right.
Because the relationships, we didn't have to work on that part.
Right.
And that was really from the beginning.
Right.
I mean, when you think about it,
Mhm.
we had one table read, and the next time we saw each other, it was on stage getting ready to do our first show.
And I think it also was good because oftentimes they hire older actors to play younger people. So we were actually really going through these things because when I was watching this, I totally reminds me of how my daddy liked to be the good guy. He liked to be Santa Claus. You could talk him into doing anything.
Mr. Benevolence.
Exactly.
Daddy count, yes.
So Laura, she convinces old daddy to talk to his wife and let her off the hook.
She goes along with it, but you know she gonna tell him.
Without putting her
She
2
is
cents in there.
set against it.
Correct.
And we know that Harriet is always right. So
Right.
we know he gonna catch it.
Right.
Yeah, I wonder if he had known how Steve Urkel would be integrated into all our lives.
Right.
Would your daddy have been on the phone calling Mr. Urkel? I'm telling you, it shocked me that he even had his number or knew who he was.
Right.
That they had met at a pet shop buying mice.
Well, they were neighbors, they live right next door.
But we never saw him.
But it was such a man thing because, honey, as soon as you tell any man anything, baby, my first thing is not to think about what's really needed. It's to fix the problem. Baby, he got right on the phone for his daughter and called the first person that he could find to take his baby to the dance.
But he had the entire phone book. Was he going to go through the whole thing and Mr. Urkel had said no? I mean, was he going to just start calling strangers? What's up with him?
Yeah. This whole episode also, the way that she interacted with Carl made me think of my daddy and like how that's a cool thing. It's a good thing to have a good daddy.
It is.
Baby, they show up and they make it happen.
And you have a good daddy.
I do.
Yep. Yes, you do. I can vouch for that. So now we're down at Leroy's burger joint.
Right.
And hanging out with Penny.
That's right. Ebony Smith.
Ebony Smith is in the house.
Right.
And we find out that she has a crush on Eddie.
Isn't it so funny watching these episodes again? Because I didn't remember that.
I didn't remember any of this. I'm telling you, sometimes it's like watching someone else's show, which I kind of like because I'm not critiquing the whole show like I would be if it were real time.
Right.
Oh, I should have done that. Oh, I should have said this. That sort of thing. I can just really enjoy the show.
Right.
And there's a lot of stuff that we've forgotten.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a bunch of years. I don't even want to say how many because I'm still trying to fake being 40. And it's been about 40 years since we were on the air, so I was there at birth.
Okay, so she and Penny talk about Laura not having a date.
Girl, she ragged on you.
Child.
Well, I had to write it down because I was like, ooh.
What'd she say?
When she says that you waited too long and now you're at the sale table.
The sale bin.
I was like, oh my gosh, Ebony is something else.
Baby, because she cute, baby. She been had a date.
She had her date and told you. Mm-hmm. It's your fault.
So then Eddie comes in and warns Laura that Steve Urkel's outside.
Mm-hmm.
And he's ready to make that move.
And that he does.
Right.
I love how he arrives with a briefcase. Now, what was he going to a meeting afterward?
Do you remember that was a part of his whole wardrobe?
I know it was. I think it was his idea too, because I know he said he had his dad's glasses.
Right.
That's why they were so big.
Right.
And I don't know where the briefcase came from, but it was a great addition to his character. And again, I am so surprised at how little he was, and how young. His little face. He was a baby. I mean, I know you were all in the same age range, but he really looked like a baby.
And I was like watching it also like how immediately the audience, because they didn't know him till this episode actually.
Right.
How immediately they responded to the character.
Yeah.
There was an immediate, because right after the show, the producers immediately sent him an offer to join the cast.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was watching it made me remember how quickly the audience really embraced the character and how he became
That's how you
part
know
of the
they're
show.
coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a gauge. A lot of times producers will do that. They'll bring someone on the show to work with the principals, and how the audience relates to that hookup will determine whether that character comes back. Give Me a Break, that's how Addie came back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I remember Nell came over. She said, I know you're coming back because the audience likes you. She was so happy about it.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
The audience always chooses.
Yeah.
You can say you're the star. You can have your name first on the list.
Right.
But the audience chooses who they're going to go with.
That's the cool thing about doing sitcom, because it really is like being on stage. Like there's an immediate response that the audience gives you that kind of tells you that you're doing what needs to be done because they respond.
I mean, that was a great part of having a live audience. Because sometimes stuff that you didn't think worked better than you could ever have imagined.
Right.
But certainly when he came on, the look, the voice, just everything was perfect. And he added a quality that the show didn't have. That silliness, that character that is almost unbelievable. It really did make the whole cast meld even more.
Right.
Because we had someone to play off of that was not like us.
Right.
Yeah. So that was great. And he ate a mouse? What's up with that? I really didn't remember that. I was like, what?
Where did they get that from?
No. Well, now his dad was picking up mice, but I didn't think it was for him. I thought perhaps it was for one of Urkel's creatures that he had in the house. But, and Penny, kid eats one mouse and he's branded for life.
Isn't it funny how your friends, honey, it wouldn't be appropriate for them,
but they'll give
good
it to
you.
Yeah, Because you on the sale table. Don't forget that. And she's just as deadpan about it.
Right.
It's so funny.
Right.
This is such a good show. I mean, everybody had a piece of crazy in this. And then, of course, Steve asks you out to the dance. I love how he says, I heard you couldn't get a date with it. You just got read right and left.
Right.
And coming from him, the mouse eater.
Right.
I heard you couldn't get a date.
Right.
And Penny, of course, cuts that off in a hurry. And he's so, okay, some other time. I mean, he's just so
adorable.
And then he walks in the stuff, and poor baby.
And I could see why I didn't get a date with that ponytail sticking straight out.
Girl, we used to have to wrangle that bad boy. And it would be down when the show started, and by the end of the show, it was sticking straight out the back of your head. I don't know what that was about.
Right.
We had hairdressers on the show, and they were really good.
Baby.
So,
but honey, they must have been
hair.
You was taking up all the hairdressing and all the wardrobe, baby, because you was together.
You know what?
The rest of us was like,
just coming through, ma'am.
Here, put this pot on. Y'all go ahead on out there.
Magnesium supplements? You've mastered that. Now take it to the next level. Upgrade to Solar Ray Magnesium Glycinate from the #1 magnesium brand in health food stores. With a 50-year legacy of quality and trust, Solar Ray triple tests every raw ingredient for identity, purity, and potency. The result? Expertly chelated magnesium for powerful muscle, bone, and relaxation support that fits your daily stack. Shop Solar Ray Magnesium Glycinate on Amazon or SolarRay.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year. You can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
New year, new you? Begin at loseweightnow.co and make this the year you finally feel in control. With Orderly Meds, access proven GLP-1 tirzepatide starting as low as $149 a month. It's simple, doctor guided, and delivered right to your home so you can finally focus on feeling healthier and more confident. Get started today at loseweightnow.co. Individual results may vary. Visit loseweightnow.co and get started today. That's loseweightnow.co.
Hi, I'm Cindy Crawford, and I'm the founder of Meaningful Beauty. Well, I don't know about you, but I never liked being told, oh, wow, you look so good for your age. Why even bother saying that? Why don't you just say you look great at any age, every age? That's what Meaningful Beauty is all about. We create products that make you feel confident in your skin at the age you are now.
Meaningful Beauty. Beautiful skin at every age. Learn more at meaningfulbeauty.com.
What I really loved is this is also when he really establishes himself, Steve Urkel, as a physical comedian. I remember.
Oh my gosh.
It was genius.
Yes.
Really in the first episode, because we think that it developed over time, but he really came in.
But no, he came in ready.
A perspective.
He said, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And he came in ready for that character. I mean, considering his age, that was pretty tight. I mean, for him to get his dad's glasses and create this whole, persona. And then to carry it, his delivery was great on these shows. I mean, his lines were great. His read was so good.
I'm trying to think, what a great way to introduce a character. This is really kismet.
It served him well.
All of the stars were aligned. He came in perfect. The script was perfect to
introduce him.
Great way to introduce a character to a show. And his delivery, I mean, he was really good. It's compelling storytelling.
And again, to be so young and to find those moments, those little edges that he had. He was so good at it. He's still good at it, but I mean, he was a baby.
Right.
And he was good at it. That should have scared all of us.
Right.
But okay, so let's get back to what happens next.
Right. So,
We're at
okay, so
dinner.
next we go to the dinner scene.
Mhm.
As you can see, we're all around the table, but at the table, it's like we're doing a actual play because nobody is on the other side of the table. Everybody's on the same side.
Right. Nobody has their back to the camera.
No.
I wasn't even sitting down. Richie had the nerve to have a seat at the table this time. It's like, why am I the only person standing up? But
Right.
I was in that scene facing that camera.
That's right. To the front, honey. Rachel comes in and offers to make Laura a dress. Now, up until this episode,
Girl,
everything is
I know.
harebrained. I don't know why they agreed to do anything with this woman at this point.
You think they know better.
Everything winds up being a disaster.
It wasn't a
So
complete
bluey.
disaster. Your mama had something to do with that.
Nah, baby.
Don't make me start
My
ranting
mama
like
didn't
that.
put me out there with half-made dresses on, stuffed
Your
tan.
mama didn't make nothing for you, okay? She's going to send you out there butt naked. Now, say something else. Don't make me crawl through this computer.
Listen, I'm not going to say nothing. If you ain't got nothing nice to say,
Oh, we going there. Okay. All
with
right.
your half
So Rachel only had a day to do it, but
Right.
she was willing to help you out
Right.
because, of course, now she's a seamstress.
I mean, she knew how to do
But
everything.
nothing well enough to actually make money.
Talk about a jack of all trades, master
And the
of-
master of none.
Right. Okay, so Rachel offers to make Laura the dress, but Laura decides to tell her not to bother because she hasn't been asked out to the dance yet.
Which, of course, that's not entirely true. You were asked by Mouse Man. You were asked, you just didn't want to go.
So this provokes Carl to
Mm.
call Steve's father and ask if Steve can take Laura to the dance.
Now, this is another example of when Carl gets involved, disaster is almost sure to follow.
Right.
Hey, we get 2 porch scenes this show, though. We get a porch scene after that.
Did both of them have the violins or no?
Kinda. The violin's at the end of the scene with Eddie, but I think the scene with your mom
Right,
always has the undercurrent of the violin.
She must have been really doing bad if Eddie is the person who was sent to jail.
Okay.
And you must be really funny looking.
His intent was to cheer her up, but he does end up being a really sweet big brother at the end. He does say that any guy that wouldn't want to go out with you isn't good enough for you anyway. Make me want to tear up. That's so sweet of him.
Sometimes he could be.
Yeah, every once in a while. Well, this is early on, but
Right.
it's nice to know he has that love for his sister.
Yeah. So all these goings-ons makes Laura want to call her crush, Mark Newhouse, and ask him to the dance.
That's pretty brave of you, girl.
So we see Laura calling Mark, and in true Kelly fashion, she gives him an
And
ultimatum.
when she says true Kelly fashion people, she means it. This is some real life stuff
So
happening.
she goes
right now.
all around, and then she goes, so you want to go to the dance with me or not?
If that doesn't make you just want to say yes, I don't know what would.
They leave his answer as a cliffhanger, and they go to commercial.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Right.
The next thing we see is, of course, Rachel has made the dress in, 24 minutes? I don't know about that dress.
Right.
I was just like, was that a good look for the time? I'm so confused.
Baby, I wonder how those puffy sleeves ever became a thing.
Oh my gosh, they're awful.
I have a friend whose mom did that. She told the seamstress, I want this puffy sleeves. I want a train. I wanted this. And she was telling the seamstress, and I want it white.
Oh,
When
no.
she gets to dress, she has made her a wedding dress to go to a gala.
Well,
Baby, she said, I put my head up and I just went through that place like I knew I was all together.
well, she was.
Baby.
Oh, man.
Terrible.
Well, as usual, anything Rachel touches, much like Carl,
Falls apart.
literally this time, though, thanks to your mama pulling on strings.
Right.
Man, that gives me a nice little rant there.
Baby, she was a little defensive, though, wasn't she, about her little half-baked dress?
Just a little bit, just a little bit. And then turned on you at the end after she done fussed at Harriet about pulling a string that she knows she shouldn't have pulled, and I would have known not to pull it because I know that the string holds good. I mean, she's going through all that. Then she turns on you, and what you saying? Now, get up those stairs. Rachel's nuts.
Right.
She really
So was
needs
that
some
there?
help.
That seemed like something you would do. Do you remember? Was that there or is that something you added?
I have no idea.
You don't remember?
Honestly. It sounds like something that would just come up in rehearsal and they liked it and we would just keep going with it. That's what it sounds like, but I couldn't tell you for sure.
Okay. So when Carl meets, the thing that stood out to me too is when Carl meets Steve, he still doesn't realize that he may have made a mistake.
Oh, no, the look on his face. Now, Carl did him some serious face acting on this show, Charles.
Face acting.
He did some face acting, as did Urkel.
Right.
They didn't even have to talk half the time. But no, you can see that Carl realizes, what have I done?
Right.
Again.
Right.
I think when he sees him, especially considering that he went to the cemetery to pick flowers for you.
With the roots still in it.
With the roots and the dirt still on there,
Right.
You know this is somebody special.
And so then we see the first time that Steve actually knocks over something in this episode.
And says, excuse me again, which was, if you remember, he used to do that a lot.
Right.
He would bump into stuff, mostly inanimate stuff. It was never people or something like that. It was usually something that could not talk back.
Right. And this is did I do that?
Mm-hmm. And, that developed along the way because it was much smaller when it started.
Right.
That became a thing. But excuse me was also part of that silliness of his.
So now Eddie has also roped in a suitor for Laura to go to the dance with.
He didn't rope him. He paid him. Let's just call it what it is. You got a paid escort, girl.
That whole episode made me think about, oh my God, I was really busted. People paying people cold calling people. Somebody please take this poor child out.
I mean, he brings him over. The boy never says a word. Did you notice that? He was under fire for real.
Forget saying that. Didn't he have on headphones too?
And headphones. How could he even hear to know what was going on? But he was funny. Some of his expressions were very funny.
Right.
But I thought that was very sweet. At least he was trying to do something for you,
Right.
And he ain't trying to hide it like somebody else we could talk about who's much older than him.
Right.
And then, of course, your real date shows up. Oh.
From dates
from nothing,
to 4 dates.
Girl, full house. Kudos to Laura.
Right.
I mean, it pays to be brave, girl.
Right.
It pays to be brave. And so while she's, juggling her 2 latest escorts, in comes Steve.
After rinsing off the dirt from the flowers that he picked out of the... No, child.
I love that line. Wow! Are you wearing a bra? I mean, to have that be his first line to you is just utterly ridiculous.
Don't you love rediscovering, how things came together? You kind of remember, but I guess we didn't remember until you start rewatching it.
Right. And you lose so much of that over time.
Yeah.
I think when he said that, it really emphasized how young he was.
Right.
It was very funny because only a kid would blurt out something like that, especially in front of mixed company.
And Reggie would... like you call the face acting, but he was comedy gold with that one.
When he was trying to, Eddie, and then trying to threaten Eddie with his face, that he better not say anything about the fact that he did the same thing that he's doing.
Exactly.
That was funny. I told you, Reggie cracks me up.
Right.
Them eyes, bucking them eyes and looking all crazy. It was funny. And so, of course, I mean,
she's completely embarrassed.
Humiliating.
Right.
I mean, just try to imagine how, especially at that age when you're so sensitive about your looks and your body's changing and everything is not even.
Right.
I can only imagine how horrible she felt.
Yeah.
Even though everybody meant well, but that's like your worst nightmare. So back to the porch we go.
Correct. With the violins.
Back to the porch we go.
And this time, it's not with Eddie, it's with Harry.
With Mom. Yeah.
Right.
So we know we're going to get some knowledge and some wisdom dropped on us in this.
So clearly Laura feels completely passed over, and Harriet has to tell her dating is hard when you're a kid. That's why I don't want you to do it.
Right.
Especially in middle school, which is already pretty awkward.
Yeah. I mean, that's like I said, it's that time when everything is changing. Emotionally, you're all over the place, Harriet, of course, makes most everything okay.
Yeah.
I mean, what would this household do without Harriet?
Yeah.
I mean, she is the only reason we are still tethered to the earth because we are just liable to pop off and do anything, go anywhere with anybody.
She's like a person who really is the person that foreshadows what's going to happen in the episode because it always winds up being what she said it was going to be. I don't want you to date. It's probably she didn't want a date because, honey, you're a little bit funny looking and I'm scared of what's going to happen to you.
I don't think that's what her thought process was.
No?
No. I think she just really thought emotionally you were too young to handle it.
Yeah.
And she keeps reiterating that throughout the show. You were. That's a hard thing to handle at that age.
Yeah.
So, as usual, she was right. We can just leave it there.
Right.
But I love how she reassures you at the end. And then when you do go in to ask Mark if he still wants to go with you, which really touched me.
Yeah. And that he really liked her too.
That he says, you know, he's glad that she called because he's liked her for a long time. And the look between you and your mom is just so sweet, you know, when she winks at you. And you're reassured. You can see her kind of blossom within herself at that moment. I thought that was very, very sweet. Yeah.
So then they leave and reappears.
Who else but Steve? Or again, coming out of a bathroom. Did he ask? Could he go to the? I mean,
No.
I'm just. How did he know where it was? Did he just search until he found it? I'm just so totally confused by everything. But we find out that Steve's parents have got some issues with him. I mean, this is the first time we hear that he can't go home yet again.
Not until 10 o'clock.
Not until, what is it with 10 o'clock? I mean, I guess they had to have their company out by then. Must have been some HOA thing or something. But he's told that he can't come home, that he's going to have to stay wherever he is, because they obviously don't care until 10. Two things that made me laugh about it when Joe Marie first said, "Baby, what's your name?" or something. Steve. 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 It's not just Steve. It's Steve. And then the got any cheese.
Yes.
You got any cheese?
So that was the beginning, because he used that line for some seasons also. So that must have been the beginning.
That was one of those things. That was an Urkel line if ever. And the looks on Carl and Harry. I mean, Rachel just looks horrified. She's just like, what is happening here? Carl and Harry. I mean, everybody's looking at him truly like he just ate a mouse in front of them.
And that was the beginning.
Yeah. And it really is. I mean, he's so charming in this episode, and his character really does grab you.
Right.
And it shows you, even at that age, I mean, his comedy chops were just on point. Everything got bigger.
Right. It was so much more subtle in the beginning.
Yes. And I had forgotten that because the character got so big and we started doing such crazy things and all that with him.
What do you mean? Going to the moon isn't crazy.
Going to the moon, did you say?
Going to the moon, teleporting.
There's nothing unusual about that.
Cloning yourself. Right.
Yeah, of course. But he was great from the start. I mean, it just really...
I always tell people, he worked really hard on that. Like people
think that was easy.
No, like he was... Because usually when you're like a kid actor, it's like you're usually just cute. The character development that he did with that character was tremendous. He went home, he worked on it, he worked on the timing. He really did.
And not just worked on the timing, but there were so many times. There was one little scene when I think you've gone to the porch and Carl and Mark and Steve comes back in and they're standing on either side of Carl. And Mark's character does this like kind of shrug. And then Steve kind of imitates the same thing. I mean, it's a little thing, but it was so funny that he imitated. And you know that was in the moment because who knew that's what they were going to do.
Yeah.
So his timing, he was always ready to throw that ball back.
Yeah.
He was always ready to bounce with you. Like I said, even at that age, he had that down pat. It was really fun to watch that show again. And of course, it ends with you coming home from the dance and talking with your mom about it. Because, of course, you didn't really go to the dance to dance. You just went to the dance with a date.
Correct. After all of that plotting and planning, everybody trying to get her a date, all the boys stayed on one side, all the girls stayed on another side. So
exactly, until the last 15. Even her date. Even Mark didn't come over to her as her date to dance until the last 15 minutes. So, you know, but that was the age when girls were all dancing with each other and boys were just standing around looking crazy.
Right.
But again, kudos to your mom's character.
Yes.
To Harriet.
Yeah.
For, like I said, keeping us tethered to this earth.
It really represented a grounding force that really does hold Black families together. What do you think is a good age for young people to start dating?
I was supposed to be 16. So I had to get slick with it. You know, my grandmother raised me. So I convinced her that I was going out with a group of people, which I was.
You just happened to.
Which I was.
Right.
But I was actually going on a date. I happened to be going on a date as well. She just didn't know that part. But I didn't get up enough nerve to I did get a year of practice before it became the thing that I could do. And then I couldn't get a date. So
Who couldn't get a date?
Girl,
Please.
it wasn't all that easy.
Oh, honey. You cute.
Yeah, okay. You can be cute and dateless, okay? And look at Rachel.
Yeah.
She was cute and had the clothes and the hair and everything else. Still couldn't keep a man.
Yeah.
Now, are you a helicopter parent, do you think?
I can be.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I wondered about that because things are a little different now with social media. I mean, there's just so much that kids are exposed to.
Mm-hmm.
I wondered how that kind of affected your mothering with your kids. And they're really at that tender age,
Right.
the tweens,
Right.
where you really have to start.
Monitoring everything.
Yeah.
Specifically now, you have to be extra diligent because once your kids become exposed to social media and to those kind of outlets, they're really in communication with the entire world.
And the world doesn't care about them the way we do.
And for that reason, and because my husband worked in intelligence and that kind of field for so long, we're really careful about monitoring their social media interaction and, seeing where they go and putting GPS trackers on them.
You got an air tag on her. You can go ahead and say it.
I don't want to seem crazy, but
why
not? I'm crazy.
We all know.
Yeah.
We all know. No sense
Pretty
in
much.
trying to hide it from the general public at this point.
So, yeah, I ain't ashamed. Yeah, I put GPS on them.
Hey, I'm not
You
mad
can
at
take
you.
them, but I know where y'all are. So you guys know we are so excited to hear from you. So let's go ahead and listen to a voicemail.
Hey, Kelly. Hey, Thelma. I got a question. There's this girl that I liked, and I have autism. I don't want to creep her out. What do you think I should do?
I mean, I don't see that really as a big negative unless it's something that you're trying to hide. I think be honest. We all have stuff that we might consider a hindrance, but it's just part of who you are. I think the less you make it a big deal, the more accepting she will be. People are pretty understanding most of the time. And if they're not, move on. But if you like her, I think that you're just honest. It's just a part of you. I mean, it doesn't change who you are as a person. It's just part of your makeup. We all have things, I have knock knees if anybody's interested. So.
And I don't think that your autism is any different than anything that anybody else has. Thelma and I know somebody who says, my thing ain't your thing, but everybody got a thing.
That's right.
So this is your thing. Being vulnerable and being open to people is very much a part of dating and getting to know someone. So yes, sometimes it's awkward. Yes, sometimes it's uncomfortable. But this is what's required in order to get close to other people. So you have to kind of put yourself out there. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but at least you're in the game.
Yeah.
So I say you have to do it. You have to give yourself a chance.
Give yourself the grace. It's just such a small part of what can be a great relationship. But I think in order to have that great relationship, to have that foundation, to be able to be vulnerable, as Kelly said, is so important. And it may not work, but at least you're setting a standard for yourself. Don't hide who you are, any part of you. Well, maybe some parts. I don't know you that well, but, but that part, you don't have to hide. Yeah, I agree with Kelly. I think that part of liking someone, caring for someone, loving someone is being vulnerable with those little things that you don't tell everybody or that you may not want everybody to know. But
that everybody has them.
Right.
Everybody has them.
Right. So I think just trust it. Just trust yourself and don't make your ism any bigger than it needs to be.
I agree. What she said. Anyway. We love the calls. Thank you so much for calling in. And don't forget, all of you guys who are listening, please leave us a voicemail or just go on our website, thefamilymatterspod.com, so we can hear from you and communicate, answer your questions or whatever else.
Mess up your life. Whatever we can do for you. Well, I think that's going to about do it. What do you think, Kelly? Today's episode is over
and cut.
That's it for this week, but stay tuned.
Yeah, we're going to rewatch each episode of Family Matters week by week, so make sure to rewatch the show right along with us. You can catch it on Hulu and TBS. and a bunch of other places.
Welcome to the Family with Telma and Kelly is a production of iHeart Podcasts and Audiation. It's hosted by me, Telma Hopkins.
And me, Kelly Williams.
Our executive producers are Sandy Smallins for Audiation, Adam Rip, J.D. Hopkins, who also happens to be my son and Kelly's faux bro, and Jonathan Strickland for iHeart Podcasts.
The show is produced by Telma and I, but our series producer is Ireland Meacham, and our theme song's lyrics were written by J.D. Hopkins and Adam Rip. The theme song was scored and mixed by Matt Noble, who's also our series mixer.
And we'd like to thank Nikki Etour and the entire iHeart Podcast team. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Follow us on Instagram at Welcome to the Family Pod for behind-the-scenes photos and more bonus content.
And don't forget to leave us a voicemail at our website, thefamilymatterspod.com. We want to hear your thoughts and favorite memories of the show, and let us know if you need advice, because we're good for some bad advice. We might be able to help you with your own family matters.
And make sure to rate and review us wherever you're listening. We are so excited to have you guys along for the ride.
Yes, welcome to the family, y'all. And we'll see you next time. Welcome to the family.
Audiation.
New year, new you? Begin at loseweightnow.co and make this the year you finally feel in control. With Orderly Meds, access proven GLP-1 tirzepatide starting as low as $149 a month. It's simple, doctor-guided, and delivered right to your home so you can finally focus on feeling healthier and more confident. Get started today at loseweightnow.co. Individual results may vary. Visit loseweightnow.co and get started today. That's loseweightnow.co.
Every year, people make the same fitness goal, train harder. But most fail because recovery gets ignored, especially connective tissue that muscles depend on to grow. Frog Fuel was developed by Navy SEALs and perfected by a Stanford-trained scientist, delivering 15 grams of nanohydrolyzed collagen protein that digests in just 15 minutes. It's science-backed and ready to drink. No mixing, no sugar, no junk. This year, don't just train harder, recover smarter. Go to frogfuel.com. That's frogfuel.com. Stay unbreakable.
Janice Torres here.
And I'm Austin Hankwitz. We host the podcast Mind the Business Small Business Success Stories, produced by Ruby Studio in partnership with Intuit QuickBooks.
We're back for season 4 to talk to some incredible small business owners.
The big thing about working in tech is that it's ever evolving, ever changing. Everyone's a rookie. That's how fast the industry is changing. So what I'm really excited about is to be part of that change.
So listen on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
When you stay in your home, what you love gets to stay too. From the gardens that grow wild to the grandkids that run wilder. From the Friday night baseball games to the Sunday morning brunches. Even the daily crosswords and weekly book clubs. There's room for it all with help from Home Instead, the largest in-home senior care network with over 30 years of trusted experience delivering the peace of mind you deserve. Visit Home Instead online for a better what's next.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed Human.